Alright, but there's a lot to go through there. Hopefully that's the longest one that we will have. So we have done number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4 now. All in just that last with the data from where your players were from. So that's the biggest chunk of your project. So let's finish off the rest of this here. I'm about halfway done. Number 5 says make a scatter plot to show the number of wins your team has against all of the other NHL teams. We're going to use the website nhl.com. Okay, so we're going to get nhl.com. All right, looks like Ryan Miller had a big night last night. We're going to go to standings. Okay. Now, if you're not a hockey fan, which it's okay if you're not, it's going to break it up into divisions and conferences and all that stuff. We want to click on League, play the waiting game. Okay, and this is going to put all the teams in order from first to last. Okay, it's not in alphabetical order. I don't think we can get it in alphabetical order. Okay, but we're going to be looking at this column here, W, for wins. Okay, so depending what your team is, we're going to have this up, and we're going to go back to our NHL data sheet. Okay, and this one's going to be a scatter plot. So what a scatter plot is it just shows your team's wins compared to all of the other teams' wins. So again, I have the directions here. Enter only the wins for each team, and then we're going to highlight both columns. We're going to make a graph, and this one's going to be a scatter plot, and we got to make sure we include our 3 titles. We're going to put an emoji over your team's dot on the scatter plot when you put it into the slideshow. Okay, so depending what my team is, we'll stick with Winnipeg, so I'm going to find them first. Okay, so Winnipeg has 8 wins. Okay, so I go back to my data. I'm going to put in the number 8. Okay, I'm just going to do these first 3-4 teams here. I'm not going to go through all of them. I think once you understand what you have to do, that's a little easier. So now I'm looking for Washington. I have to scroll down here. They also have 8 wins. Okay, so I go back to my data, put 8. Let's go look for the new team, the Vegas Golden Knights. They have 9 wins. Okay, so I'll put that in, and let's do Vancouver as well. Hopefully they have a little bit different. Vancouver, 8 wins. Great. Okay. So I've went to NHL.com. I've entered in the wins for just the 4 teams that I'm going to look at right now. You'll do all the teams. Now I need to highlight both columns. So I click on where I want, use my arrow keys. Okay. Click on the graph button. So that's hiding right now. So it's just right there under more. And this is going to generate a bar graph for me. Okay. Again, I like to use the old chart editor. Okay, so I need to go to chart types. Now this is where I need to find a scatter plot. So here's a scatter plot right here. Okay, go back to customization. Okay, I call this one, let's call it Winnipeg versus the league. Okay, now I got to make sure my title's along the bottom. So we're going to call that teams. Okay, and the left vertical is number of wins. Okay, I want this to show, I know that it goes from, let's just do 0 to 10 right now. Okay, I hit update. Okay, I can just move this out of the way. Okay, so you're going to obviously have a lot more dots on here. So Winnipeg is my team. So when I put this into my Google slideshow, I am going to get an emoji and just put it and shrink it a little bit to put it over my team's dot, just to show that that's my team. Even though it says it in my title, it's just another visual for your audience to see. Okay, so that's how we make a scatter plot. I thought that I had this set up. Let's just see, A2 to A32. Okay, this should change over here. I just found the mean of wins. I believe this is. Let's see the average. Yep. So this could be a concluding statement. I'll just make sure this works. I think once you fill in all of your team's data, let's just see here. Okay. I'll make sure that's working for when it's your turn, but this could be one of your concluding statements. Okay, you could say, my team has 8 wins compared to the league average of, let's say 6.5. Okay, so that's how we make a scatter plot.